Hi, it's Ben Rogers. This is Property Diary. This is Wednesday, 10th of April. Just heading home from the Kent Property Club this evening. Another great evening there, although I'm slightly biased because I was actually the speaker tonight. Wasn't due to be, but unfortunately our speaker couldn't make it, and I jumped in there to cover. So, by the way, just as a complete aside, if you are over down in Kent, second Wednesday of every single month is the Kent Property Club. You can go to www.kentpropertyclub.com and find out details and book online, etc. Anyway, I digress. This evening I was talking about some of the language and some of the opportunities I'm working on at the moment. I thought I might just as well share two of those that we've done today with you. The first one is an opportunity down in Sheerness in Kent, about 5-10 miles away from my offices. Opportunity came in because they'd driven past our van, taking the details down, and been literally trying to get hold of me for the last 2 or 3 days. Been speaking to Carol in the office, been speaking to Anthony in the office, and I finally got around to speaking to them. Mental note here: speak to people as soon as they call. Anyway, the guy persevered, and luckily I got hold of him when I got through, and we had a good conversation. Long story short, it is a marital split. He's left the property. She's still living there with the 2 kids, and has actually got somewhere that she's moving to on the 5th of May. So now they are far more motivated to do something about it. He was literally just going to hand the keys back to the mortgage company, but luckily one of his mates in his office said, "Look, you don't want to do that." Well, I sat down and had a conversation with him and said, "Look, you know, if you actually do that, you're likely to get followed and chased for the balance of any difference in what the mortgage company sells it for and the amount outstanding on the loan. And there's not a huge difference between what the property is actually worth and what the loan is on it. Probably about £5,000, £7,000, £10,000 depending on whose valuation we're working on." So anyway, what we agreed was this: they just want to walk away from it. The wife really just wants to get the keys back and move on, but neither of them really want to lose their money. Ideally, they'd like to walk away with a bit of cash. So what we've agreed is this: we'll buy the property. I think the figures on the property, if I can remember, £129,000 mortgage, £7,000 loan with Black Horse. Mortgage company is Capstone, part of El Pacific, so not the is it Pacific? Southern Pacific? I can't remember what the mother company was, but one of the early demises in the subprime lender debacle. So Capstone aren't necessarily the easiest company to work with, in my opinion, in my experience. You may have a different opinion and experience. So I got £129,000 outstanding with them, and a £7,000 secured loan with Black Horse. We can basically babysit and look after both of the outgoings on both of those loans. We can take on the property. He reckons it's worth between 140 and 150. We agreed that actually there's in total 100, what did we work it out, about 138 that's outstanding on those 2 loans. And I said, look, I'll tell you what, we'll just make sure that you get, between the 2 of you, £5,000 at some stage in the future, and let's agree on 5 years. He was chuffed to bits. So, he doesn't have email. Here's the thing: I can't actually send him an email with a heads of terms. I'm going to have to go and actually do something like put a letter together, put a heads of terms in physical copy in the post to him. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do that to both him and his wife. So 2 different locations. He's moved out, she's still there. And then what I'm going to do is actually, just because it's local and I want to work with another investor on this particular property, I'm going to go down and actually meet up with both of them at the property to give them the confidence. It's nice and local, and it gets me out of the office for a change. I don't do many of these. Go down and actually meet up with them. I'll actually do the video and stuff of the property myself, take the photos myself, and we'll get it marketed. And we've got till 5th of May, which is when the wife moves out to go and find herself a centre buyer. Fantastic! So that's the first deal. And the next deal I want to sort of talk to you about is one that's a bit further afield. It's up in Liverpool. I've been working with my buddy Falco on this particular opportunity. He came across this opportunity online, so it's through an online sell your house privately site called Pre-Loved. Came out with this. We had a conversation with a little while ago, and it kind of went pretty well, and then it kind of went really, really quiet. Got on the phone to him yesterday. I was on the phone to him for 59 minutes. Now remember, guys, I normally reckon I need to be on the phone for 40 minutes to do a deal. This is the second phone call. he's had, excuse me, 2 emails from me, and it still took 59 minutes. And as both Falco's listening in and Anthony and my officer was listening in said, they really would have given up, you know, well before then. So I guess the point of that is I just want to explain that, you know, sometimes it's really worth your while persevering. We got to a point with lots of third-party offsets in the conversation, lots of different ways that we could solve this problem, and answered loads and loads of his trickiest questions. The bottom line is this: I think we've pretty much done the deal on this one, but it's not signed, sealed and delivered. He's still got some questions, he still wants to go away, and there's still some slight doubt in mine and Falco's mind, because there's a few things he keeps on saying that don't necessarily add up. But the bottom line is this: this is a deal. It's a £270,000 house. It's only got a £15,000 mortgage on it. He's prepared to go out, and I'm not an IFA, I'm not a mortgage broker, I can't give him financial advice, but he's come up with this idea. He's prepared to go out and get a buy-to-let or a let-to-buy mortgage on his current house in Liverpool, so he can move up to Scotland and start his new life up there. He's found a property he wants up there. It's a big property with lots of land and a great big garage come workshop, because he wants to have animals on the land, and he wants to also renovate antique or old cars. So he came up with this solution. He can get a £195,000 mortgage, he's been told, which leaves us £75,000 short. £75,000 that he's prepared to leave in the house. He's prepared to leave that bit of cash, you know, his extra cash bit, in the property. And remember, guys, I may have floated some ideas across the bow to him and gave him these sort of ideas, but who came up with the solution? He did, not me. Who do you think he thinks that's a really, do you think he thinks that's a really good idea because he came up with it? Of course he does. You know, I planted the seed. I talked about other people who had a similar sort of circumstances and similar sort of situation, how we'd help them. Now they'd come up with ideas. And guess what? He went away and came up with the ideas himself. So, as I said before, is that one signed, sealed and delivered? No. Will there be some more questions? Probably. It's a short-term deal that's going to get to the point of view where we'll do the paperwork, hopefully over the internet. One of the comments he made was, well, you know, Ben, you sound like a nice guy, but you know, don't normally do business over the phone or over the internet like this. Hey, guess what? He wants to get up to Scotland. He's fed up being in Liverpool. We can give him the opportunity. He said it in the conversation, I'm fed up with the estate agents. We've had one viewing in recent weeks and we didn't get any feedback about it. Do you think it's possible there are other people out there with the same sort of situation at the moment? Can I just make out a point here? We are just the 10th of April. We've just gone past Easter. Easter is the busiest time in the whole of the year for selling your house. If there's one good time to put your house on the market, it is just before Easter, so that you sell it over Easter. How many people out there right now do you think have not sold their house over Easter? And guess what, guys? It starts to get worse. If you are a seller and you haven't sold your house yet, well, blow me, you are running out of opportunities. Before we know it, the sunshine's going to come out allegedly this weekend. Do you think people are going to suddenly start getting interested in summer holidays? Do you think that's far more interesting than moving house? Of course it is. We'd much rather be in the sun. And whilst we've had cruddy, I was going to say something worse then, whilst we've had cruddy weather over the last couple of months, as soon as that sun comes out, we start getting into our happy, life's all fantastic mode. Therefore, less houses sell. This is a great time for you to be buying and selling, or buying houses and selling them to people on these sort of types of opportunities. My name is Ben Rogers. This is the Property Diary. Today is Wednesday the 10th of April. I look forward to speaking to you tomorrow. You take care. Take care. Bye-bye.